As plants, by their very nature, very mobile, i.e. they cannot run away from things, they have developed a variety of ways of protecting themselves from all things herbivorous. Many have evolved spikes, stings, even just an unpleasant taste. However, many went down the route of the ultimate deterrent, being so poisonous that anything eating them was unlikely to do so ever again.
Well, there's lots of plants that are very poisonous. Most of them are actually edible, like this lovely garlic mustard here, which is really good for you. Lovely garlicky taste, really nice, really edible. But let's go and have a look at some of the world's most dangerous plants. Search of number 10 on my list, oleander.
Oleander, originally native to Asia, the Jericho rose or oleander is now common throughout the Mediterranean regions. The whole oleander plant is poisonous right down to the nectar. It is said to even the smoke from burning the plant is toxic. There are reports of serious poisoning resulting from twigs as cooking skewers. Constitutes a lethal dose seems uncertain, with some stating as little as 1 leaf. Another source states 100 grams is enough to kill a fully grown horse.
Now I'll move on to see if we can find some of what is number 9.
Travelling over to America, white snake root at number 9. It is believed that white snake root was responsible for the death of the American President Abraham Lincoln's mother. She died what was termed milk sickness, which occurred as a result of drinking milk that was tainted with the toxins of plants eaten by the cows. The cause of the toxicity is a type of alcohol known as tremonol, which gets its name from the tremors it causes when in those that's poisoned. Along with this there would be violent vomiting, delirium, severe thirst and ultimately death. The name snake root comes from the fact it can be used for the treatment when applied to snake bites.
So, move on to a really nasty one. See if we can find number 8 on our list.
Moving over to Florida, South and Central America, the manchineel is possibly the world's most poisonous tree. Whilst the fruit is said to be potentially lethal if eaten, the tree itself poses the greatest threat. Every part is stuffed full of powerful toxin, notably the sap, which contains pharbol, a strong skin irritant. Contact with the sap provides strong allergic dermatitis, resulting in blistering of the skin. This is a particular hazard during rain, when anyone taking shelter under the tree runs a severe risk of getting splashed with sap-laden raindrops. Even a tiny amount can cause the skin to blister. Not surprising, the stuff can strip paint from parked cars too. It is also reported that the smoke from the burning the wood can cause blindness. Of course, all this potential pain did not go unnoticed. The Carib natives were set to use the sap on the arrowheads, poison the wells of the enemies with the leaves, and even some unfortunate victims were tied to the trunk of the tree.
This wood does have some weird plants in it, stuff that's not even native to UK. Let's have a look for number 7 on our list.
Moving over to Madagascar, we come to the suicide tree. With a name like that, it's little surprise that a tree is most responsible for a lot of deaths. It is Madagascar where Cerebra claims most victims. Referred to as ordeal poison, it was used in the process of trial by ordeal. Basically, if you were survived, you were innocent. If you died, well, you were dead. It is estimated around 3,000 people a year die from those trials, many willingly submitting themselves to the process, believing it infallible. Trial by poison was abolished in 1861 by King Radama. It is a seed inside the fruit of this plant that is highly poisonous. It contains a powerful alkaloid, cerebin, which is similar to digoxin in foxgloves. They both work disrupting the harsh rhythm, often with fatal results. Cerebin odolum is a member of the same family as the previously mentioned
Next one. Quite a bit of this round here. Number 6.
We don't have to go far for number 6, we can stay in the UK. Like its family members, the potato and the tomato, deadly nightshade contains a glycoalkaloid poison known as solanine. However, you might have to eat a truckload of tomatoes to poison yourself. A single leaf of belladonna might do the trick for you. The main toxins of deadly nightshade are atropine, scolopine and hydrascolopine, all of which affect the nervous system by blocking certain neurotransmitters. Whilst all parts of the plants are toxic, the root is generally the most poisonous. A dose of around 2 to 5 berries is usually sufficient to kill an adult. The classic symptoms of poison include dilated pupils, blurred vision, dried mouth, hallucinations, loud heartbeats, aggressive behaviour, convulsions, coma and possibly death. The effects of the poison are by no means instant and may have to take several hours to kick in. The name atropa comes from atropine, which is in turn from the Greek goddess who cut the threads of life. Belladonna means beautiful lady and refers to the 17th century practice of women putting a small extract of deadly nightshade in their eyes to dilate their pupils and make them look more attractive.
Easily mistaken for quite a edible plant, so I'll have to see if we can find some number 5.
Lily of the Valley. Lily of the valley can be found throughout northern Europe and America, where it is common in woodland. Despite its pretty appearance, it is deadly poisonous, containing no less than 38 different cardioglycosides. Chief amongst these are convelatoxin, which has similar effect to digitalis in foxgloves. All parts of the plant are toxic, including the orangey red berries. The symptoms of lily of the valley include poisoning, including severe headache, nausea, vomiting, slow heartbeat and excessive urination.
Better research well, we might better find some of number 4 on our list.
Hemlock is the poison of the classics. In ancient Greece it was used as a form of execution, most notably the philosopher Socrates around 400 BC. There are a few highly poisonous varieties of hemlock. Best known in Europe is Conium massaculum, or poison hemlock. In North America, water hemlock is the most infamous. Both can be deadly if eaten. Poison hemlock contains the potent toxin conine. It is estimated that a dose of around 0.15 grams is sufficient to kill an adult. The mode of action of this poison is killing from the outside in. A numbness of the extremities slowly spreads inwards, culminating in paralysis of the lungs and death. In cases of hemlock poisoning still occur, usually with people mistaking the plant for something edible, such as a salad ingredient. Hemlock is a member of the same family as the carrot and fennel, so the highly toxic root can also be consumed in error.
what can we find at number 3 on our list?
The castor bean plant is generally known for producing castor oil. This is a vegetable oil which is widely used in food production and is also available medicinally as it is high in vitamins A and D and is an effective laxative. It comes from the seeds from the plants, which are about 50% oil. Bizarrely, the seeds are also a source of one of the most powerful plant toxins on earth, ricin. It is more potent poison than cyanide, strychnine or the strongest snake venom. Fortunately, this is only toxic if inhaled or injected. If eaten, ricin is still very dangerous, but around 1,000 times less deadly. That said, it would only take a few beans to kill an adult. These shrubby plants are fairly common throughout the warmer parts of the world and will grow virtually anywhere. It's actually quite a pretty plant, blossom of large orange flowers. The symptoms of consuming the beans are not so pretty though. You can expect abdominal cramps, vomiting, internal bleeding and kidney failure. The effects are not immediate and may take over a day for symptoms to occur. In fatal cases, it may take as long as 5 days for the victim to die an unpleasant death. Ricin has, however, been used to kill others. It was developed as a biological weapon as early as World War I, and both Cold War superpowers weaponized it. In more recent times, it was used by the Soviet secret agents to murder Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov using a poisoned umbrella tip.
Number 2, way up at number 2, let's see if we can find some of that.
At number 2, aconite. Aconite can be found in the UK. Aconite goes by many names which refer to the shape of the flower, e.g. monkshood or devil's helmet, and others which would refer to the traditional uses such as wolfsbane. The name comes from its use by the ancient Greek shepherds who would tip their arrows with aconite to kill wolves. Any plant with so many names should set alarm bells ringing, as it must be fairly notorious, and this is definitely the case with an aconite. Also known as the Queen of Poisons, it is possibly the most poisonous plant in Europe. The pretty purple flowers are a fairly common sight on the foothills and mountains throughout northern Europe and Asia. They grow around 6 feet 2 meters tall, with all parts of the plant containing a deadly aconite. Just touching the plant can cause severe symptoms, whilst ingesting it will often prove fatal. The effects are immediate and begin with burning of the mouth. This is followed by drooling, vomiting, diarrhea. As the poison progresses, the victim may experience numbness, tingling, irregular heartbeat and ultimately death from respiratory failure. The sap has been used to tip spears and arrows. It was even used by some Eskimos to tip their harpoons for hunting whales. More recent uses was with the Nazis in World War II, when the toxin was extracted to tip bullets.
So, right up at number 1 on our list. We'll have a look for that one now.
So at number 1 is the rosary pea, Abrus precarius. Abrus precarius is another plant with many names: rosary pea, jacoinere, paternary pea, crab's eye, precarious pea, Indian licorice, jumbai bread. None of these names throw hint at the fact that the beans contain a poison nearly 100 times more deadly than ricin. Toxin is called abrin. There is little doubt that the most deadly plant known to man. Its effects are very similar to those of ricin. Surprisingly, this is a common plant throughout the tropics and is regarded as an invasive pest species in many places, notably Florida. The bright red and black beans have a variety of uses, including rattling beans inside maracas and in jewellery. This is where the name rosary pea comes from, as they are commonly strung together to form rosary beads. Fortunately for the wearer of the bead, it has a very tough protective coating. Unfortunately for the jewellery makers, pricking a finger whilst working on one has caused numerous fatalities.